you are right here by the storm now. It's becoming more of what looks like a straight line wind event. The storm up here to the north does not have the same structure it did earlier, but we still have the tornado warning, probably for just a couple of moments. There in Whiting and Netawaka. 6:15 is when it expires, actually. So that storm still goes till 6:15 for the tornado warning in the northern part of Jackson and the southeast corner of Nemaha. But Nemaha is not in a threat of this. The tornado risk for that is really close to Whiting at this time, if even there. And then down the line, this is the strongest sign of a hook I've seen so far in Shawnee County is this. So we're going to have to watch this super close as it comes in now. All right. So again, we'll go back to the camera here, and this is, I'm going to look at it from Menninger Hill, looking northwest. So that's the most dangerous part of the storm right there, and it'd be right in this area. I think if it's going to touch down, it's probably that right there. All right, let me zoom in and see if there's actually a funnel popping out of that or not. So if this thing touches down, it's going to be out of that part. And you can see it spinning on the camera now. So here we go, this northwest part of Shawnee County. And you can see all this is kind of slowly rotating. And it's feeding up. You can see the clouds going upward into this thing. So that's the part of this that's rotating. It's the most dangerous part for Topeka. So if you're in Topeka, you heard the tornado sirens going off outside. This is what we're watching, the storm getting closer to town that has a lot of rotation with it. It's pretty evident now on the radar. A few moments ago, it wasn't as obvious, but it's becoming easier to see. And you can see the rotation right here. That's the hook echo on this. And it's really right on top of our camera that's there in the northwest part of Shawnee County. But it's easier to see it from a little farther away. Once you're directly under it, it is much harder to actually see what's going on with these cameras. They just don't. It's hard to just look straight up at anything anyway, or to give you an idea of where your vantage point is. But that hook right there in the northwest part of Shawnee County is what we're concerned with is right here. That's the hook echo that we're seeing right now that is responsible for this tornado warning that's in Shawnee County at this point, and it does include a lot of Topeka. All right, I'm going to get this other camera here. There we go. All right, now I've got a better look at it from up north. Here we go. This is from 78th and Davis Road. That's what you're looking at right there. And I can hear the tornado sirens outside again. So if you're hearing those, you know, don't be scared. Just take shelter. So we're looking at this from the backside, and I'm trying to look into it to see if we can follow this thing in. So I've got to look from the backside of the storm as well. And then from Menninger Hill is probably the best look we're going to have, because this one is looking at the path where the storm is actually going, where the tornado warning is actually moving. So again, we have a well-defined hook structure on this storm. It's moving toward Topeka, and that's going to be it right there, looking northwest of town. Let's go back here. Let's see. All right. So the hook on this, the location is going to be right in this area here, just to the north of Silver Lake. That's where the potential tornado is going to be for this. So right there, just northwest, just north of Silver Lake. On velocity, go back here and stop it. The best sign of rotation I see is a couple of different spots actually have spin. There's one here and there's one over here, but both of those areas are right near the hook on this. And again, the storm has a history of producing a tornado a little while ago. It may be rain wrapped. That's a possibility with this. So just because I can't see it on the camera doesn't mean that it's not there. And I'm looking even closer here on the tower just to see if I see this thing touch down. There's our camera from 78th and Davis again. And I'm going to go back here. But again, the tornado warning continuing for Shawnee County until 6:15 for a big part of Topeka, and also for the southern part of Jackson County. The tornado watch goes until 11 p.m. for most of the area. But if you're behind this line of storms, your threat of seeing damaging storms is really over with for the rest of the night. So there we go. We have the storm moving into the northwest part of Topeka in the next few minutes here. And it has a history of producing a tornado in Westmoreland a while ago. So there's your hook. Here's really the body of the storm. But the potential tornado is this area right here, very close to Silver Lake. If you're in Silver Lake, you should be taking shelter right now. If you're in Rossville, you should still be taking shelter right now as well. Again, the tornado warning goes till 6:15. If you're in Mayetta, if you're up by Prairie Band or up toward Holton, you are not in either of the two tornado warnings. There's tornado in northern Jackson and southern Jackson. This one even looks like the worst part of it probably stays just south of Hoyt, but again, it's a potential for a tornado that could touch down at any time. I don't have a report of this touching down. This storm did touch down earlier when it was in Westmoreland a couple of hours ago, but now we've got a rotation that's north of Silver Lake, and we have a second rotation that's developing just kind of right there north of Rossville. So there's two different areas that I see of spin on this storm right now. Now I'll bring up the cams again, and again, this tornado warning includes a lot of Topeka going until 6:15, and they've cropped off areas from St. Mary's now. But in the northwest part of Topeka, I've got this camera that's right on Miniger Hill. It's right behind where the old Hollywood theaters used to be. And that's what we're looking at, is a storm coming at the northwest side of town right there. And again, I can see two different areas of rotation with this from the radar. And looking over toward Rossville at this point, I don't see anything that's on the ground, but I do see the kind of a rain-free base there on the left side, and here on the right side, kind of the middle in there, that could be you know, a wall cloud or even you know, a funnel cloud developing is right in that area. But that's coming toward the northwest side of Topeka. I don't see it on the ground at this point. I'm going to check out the debris mode and see if I see anything. But again, the tornado, if there is tornado in this, if there's a tornado in this at all, it's going to be right in here, just north of Silver Lake at this point. And that's moving southeastward. So if you're near Highway 24 on the north side of Topeka, you should be taking shelter right now. That's the most dangerous part of this. Go back to the velocity, and you can see the spin is still in that same area. There's two different spots there that I can see the spin. One northeast of Silver Lake and one straight north of Silver Lake. There's one here and one over here. And on debris mode, I don't think I'm going to see anything because but we're going to try it.
Yeah, I don't see much in there.
I don't. I don't at this point. But if you're around Silver Lake and the north side of Topeka, you should certainly be taking shelter right now. It looks like there's a new, a smaller storm that's developed right over town.
Update on that. Fire department reported a funnel cloud 2 miles northeast of Silver Lake on the update to the warning. So northwestern Topeka, Rossville, and Silver Lake still in the warning through 6:15.
There's a report of the funnel cloud that Doug just mentioned. Doug said the fire department just reported this a few minutes ago, that they saw a funnel cloud there. So Silver Lake at 5:59 reporting a funnel cloud. So that certainly may be associated with this area we're looking at right there. What's that?
I have an update from Pottawatomie County, if you would like.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Talking into Doug's microphone. Pottawatomie County officials just told us that the tornado did hit Westmoreland. At this time, there is damage to multiple structures. Highway 99 is closed between Main Street and Campbell Street in Westmoreland. Multiple first responders are in town conducting grid searches to catalog damage and search for people who may have been injured. They advise people stay away from the area. They will be providing updates when they can. They are getting an internet connection established so that they can provide updates to the public. But again, K99 highway between Main Street and Campbell in Westmoreland is closed as they have damage to multiple structures. They're doing grid searches, trying to find people. We did receive photos in the newsroom that there's a campground near Westmoreland that was hit. All the campers overturned. No word or reports of any injuries at this point because, again, the first responders are just getting in there, doing grid searches, looking for damage, looking for people.
Okay, so the time that happened was 4:41 p.m. is when we had Westmoreland hit by a tornado. As Melissa just mentioned, so that's the time of this, and that's the same storm that's over Topeka or close to Topeka right now. So, you know, earlier we saw it touch down from the live weather camera, and now we're still watching it as it gets closer. It's in Shawnee County, and right there, that's the area we're concerned about. The hook echo that's close to Silver Lake. The folks from the fire departments in Silver Lake reported they saw a funnel cloud with this a few minutes ago. They may be looking at this part that I have the camera zoomed in on right now. That very well may be what they're actually looking at is that. and that is just to the northwest of Topeka. And then looking from 78th and Davis Road, kind of the other way, it is harder to see because we're on the rain side there now. But from Menninger Hill on the southwest side of town, we have a really good look at the base of the storm as it moves into the northwest side of Topeka. And so far, I haven't seen anything in there that's convincing as to being a tornado. But the fire department there near Silver Lake did report they saw a funnel cloud with this just a few minutes ago, and it very well may be this part here that they're referring to. I'm just not sure what they're seeing, but that's the direction that it's going to be. So again, tornado warning continuing for Shawnee County until 6:15, and the hook echo on this is still just as significant as it was a few minutes ago. So there's no reason to believe they're necessarily going to drop this warning in the next few minutes here. I don't see any debris flying or anything like that, but we're keeping a close eye on everything from this as it moves into town. All right, down the line here, farther down the line, we've got severe storm warning still for the northwest part of Lyon County there, and this is more of a line of storms instead of these individual cells that can rotate. When they get lined up like this, they're less likely to have spin. There's still 60-mile-per-hour winds near Americus, Dunlap, Bazaar, Cottonwood Falls. In the next few minutes, we'll have Emporia, most likely in a severe storm. That's very likely you'll see a severe storm arriving in Emporia in the next few minutes. And let's check out the camera there from the folks at Valiant Fiber on the west side of town. That's how it looks. You can see the severe storms just to the west and north of Emporia right now. All right, back to the north. Again, we have the tornado warning in the northeast corner of Jackson County that should be gone in a few moments from now. The update on this one, that one goes until 6:15 as well. And the data on that is still Doppler radar indicated. If it is in progress, it will be near Whiting at this point. But as I zoom out on this, what you're going to see from the radar is what that storm did have a while ago in storm structure is really gone. It's not as impressive at all. A few minutes ago, it was 15 miles across at the top, or maybe 20 miles across the top, and now it's more like 10. It's half the size that it was. So it's very reasonable to expect that tornado warning to go away soon, as that storm is definitely weakening as it makes its way across the northeast part of Jackson County. All right, I'm going to try to get up the view from the Cyrus Hotel here is what I'm going to try to do next. So I want to see if I can get another angle on this storm that's coming toward Shawnee County to see if that camera's got a look at this. The Menninger Hill camera is great, but it also has that tower that's blocking part of my shot. So if I get this view from the Cyrus Hotel, maybe I'll look that way and see this better. But the tornado warning, this goes until 6:15. 6:15,
yes,
right?
Correct.
And it's a Doppler radar indicated storm. But the folks from the Silver Lake Fire Department said they saw a funnel cloud with this a few minutes ago. So that's the report they have. All right. So from the Cyrus Hotel, I'm blocked by the bigger buildings there. I'll show you what I've got. That's the view, so I can see the warm air flowing into the base of the storm. I've got that look at this. Then I've got the look from the northwest side of town, from Menninger Hill. And while I do have the tower kind of blocking part of it, it doesn't block the whole thing, so I've got that look as well. And then we have the look from go back over there.
It's like we're going to have a new tornado warning for portions of Jackson, Jefferson, and Shawnee County.
Okay. Jackson, Jefferson, and Shawnee.
Yes,
okay.
That goes until 6:45. So the northeastern side of Topeka, Meriden, Hoyt, and Grantville will be the major cities in this warning.
Okay. All right. So if you're north of Highway 24 in Topeka, that's a good idea of who's involved in this. Let's do the velocity on this. See where we've got spin now. And I'm going to read their text on the warning as well. And the National Weather Service warning here, they say, goes till 6:45. 6 miles south of Hoyt, moving east at 25 miles per hour. All right, so let's do the distance from Hoyt. 6 miles south of Hoyt. Yeah, they say 6 miles south of Hoyt. So they're going to mean this right here is what they're referring to. So that part of the storm, that rotation, is what the National Weather Service is referring to as potentially producing a tornado. I'm going to check out the reflectivity on this, and you'll see that that is right here where the hook is in this storm. So they're saying that the possible area of a tornado is embedded in there, and the track of this keeps it really to the north of most folks that are in the capital city. So that view I have from the Cyrus Hotel is going to come invaluable looking in that direction as it gets past the buildings there. So we have the inflow going into that part of the storm. And our camera that's over here at Menninger Hill is also going to be very valuable to look at once we get a little bit past the tower. If the thing holds on, we very well may, that may be the funnel cloud right there that the folks from the oh my gosh, Silver Lake Fire Department we're looking at, maybe right there behind the tower on Menninger Hill. So I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try looking from the transmission tower from over in near Maple Hill. I'm going to see if I can see it from that direction. Sometimes it's just the magic of looking in the right direction from these. All right, I'm going to look toward downtown Topeka from this. Make sure I've got the right direction. And I'm going to try from Maple Hills. There's the camera there. I've got it zoomed all the way in on downtown, which will make it blurry, but then it's going to come back to me in a moment. All right, so and I don't quite see it from there. All right, so tornado warning continues now. It's a new one that includes the northern part of Shawnee County and the southern part of Jackson County and also the southwest part of Jefferson County, all going until 6:45 p.m. That's for a Doppler radar indicated tornado. The closest thing to a tornado, well, this is the same storm that touched down earlier in Westmoreland. I can actually see if I can back it up all the way to that far. Go all the way back here. This is when the storms began. And if I bring this forward in time, this is a couple of hours ago, go up to 4:48 p.m. And right here is where you can see debris showing up on radar in Westmoreland. That's it. That's the tornado. Is right there in Westmoreland, that dot of orange. That's debris flying from this. We had that on the camera earlier, of course, and by 5 o'clock it had moved out of there. But now if I zoom out and take this forward in time, you'll see that's the same storm that's now making its way across the north part of Shawnee County, and it's the only thing that's rotating of any storms at all right now. Just about to go across Highway 75 is where this is located now. We're looking out there live now from Menninger Hill on the north side of Topeka, and this is clearing the tower the camera's hanging on now, so I should have a much better look at it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to step outside with my eyeballs and just see what I see with the human element here. But again, the warning for this goes until 6:45 p.m. and it does not include a lot of Topeka, but the north side, Highway 24 to the north, is really where the majority of this tornado warning would be, is right in that area. So when we look outside, and just to the north of town is where the most dangerous part of this is going to be. So I can hear the tornado sirens out here, of course. So, what? I'm still on live. I'm just looking at this with my eyes. All right. I think I see a funnel cloud in there. I don't see a distinct funnel cloud. I don't see a big funnel cloud. I think I see a funnel cloud in there. And from eyeballing this, you'd be looking at pretty close to just north of Highway 24. So that's where they've got the warning, obviously. And I can tell you that on the west side of town, here at the TV station, the winds are coming in from the northwest and the air is cooling. So over here, kind of the northwest side of town, you know, the conditions, it's going to rain and be very windy. But, you know, if there's a tornado on this, it's certainly staying to the north of Highway 24. All right, so sirens going off in town, obviously. But if there's a tornado with this, it's staying north of Highway 24 in Shawnee County. That's the most dangerous area. So just sometimes I forget with all the technology that I can step out there and look at it myself, obviously. So potential tornado is going to be right in this area right here. That's where I see it. I'm looking from the TV station's right about here. Our tower camera's there. So, you know, we're looking to the north across town, and that's going to be the most dangerous part of this, is on Highway 75, a couple of miles north of Highway 24 is where I'm seeing this. All right. So back onto the camera here again. That's the area of the most dangerous part of this. And if there's a tornado in this, it will be rain wrapped for certain. All right, so again, continuing with tornado warning for the north side of Topeka. It's not all of Topeka. It's areas that are north of Highway 24 in this. So really, downtown Topeka's not in this. Most of the Wanamaker corridor is not in this. Meriden, you're in this. So Meriden takes shelter. Grantville takes shelter. If you're right there on Highway 75, just north of Topeka, between Hoyt and Topeka, you should be taking shelter right now. That's the most dangerous part of the storm. And that's downtown from the Axe and Ale. Look from the Cyrus Hotel to the north there. And you can certainly see the air that's feeding into the base of that storm. And I'm just looking to see if I can see any place that looks like a funnel cloud on this from the cameras. From outside, I thought I could faintly see one. And from 70th and Davis Road now, it's just the storm is blocking the visibility from that side. So, again, the north side of Topeka, if you're north of Highway 75, these are the areas that are in the danger here for this. It's a Doppler radar indicated tornado. The rotation on this is going to be right in this area here, just north of Highway 75. So if we have a tornado, it's in that area right here. And it's going to be moving over the north side of town. All right, so if you're like I said, if you're north of Highway 7, if you're north of Highway 24 in Shawnee County, you should be taking shelter. If you're in the southeast part of Jackson County over toward Meriden and Jefferson County, you should be taking shelter right now as well. On the velocity on this, let's check out and see if I see any mote in the spin still on this thing. And let's see. It's going to be, right over Highway 75, just north of Highway 24, a couple of miles south of Hoyt. So it's not moving very rapidly, but the rotation on this, kind of in this area here, is where it's going to be. And, it's not confirmed as touching down, but it did touch down earlier when it was over Westmoreland. It did a lot of damage there in Westmoreland, apparently. I don't have reports of injuries. We may have injuries. And actually, the rotation I'm seeing now is a little farther to the east. This is it over here. It's right there. It's straight north of downtown Topeka is where I see it now. There are actually two different areas of rotation on this. There are two different ones. There and there. Both of those are areas that are rotating. All right, so into the cameras again. Let's go back down to the Cyrus Hotel view. Now we have a downpour here at the station, but that's not, the danger. The danger is the potential for tornadoes or large hail, obviously. I want to bring up the Cyrus view again. There we go. There we go. So you see on the Cyrus Hotel view, looking north across the city, if there's a tornado in there, it's something that's certainly rain-wrapped. I'm going to check the Weather Service and see what they're saying about this, if they got any updates.
No updates yet. Keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
It was 6:11 that they issued it, so
Okay.
10 minutes into the warning, should have an update here shortly.
All right. Thank you, Doug. All right. So zooming back out on this. And again, you can see the updraft into the storm is what you're seeing there. That's not all tornado or something. I don't want to scare anybody and you think this is a monster tornado. If there's a tornado in this, it's probably not a very large one, frankly. It's producing a lot of rain. All the stuff in Topeka, if you're seeing this heavy rain at your house right now, that means you're probably done with the risk of seeing a tornado. The air is going to be cooled very quickly with this. That's going to stabilize the atmosphere. Most of Topeka, the risk of seeing a tornado on the west side of town, the south side of town is basically over with at this point. This area, the north and northeast, so north of Highway 24 and east of Highway 75, that's where there's at least a couple of areas of spin that are in this. So that's where we would have the potential to see a tornado touch down. This is the same storm that earlier touched down in Westmoreland. But right now, what we have is a Doppler radar indicated tornado, and it's a very impressive storm cloud that's over Topeka right now, no doubt. This is one that certainly probably remember for a long time after watching this one go through and looking from Menninger Hill. in Topeka.
A report from Emergency Management in Jefferson County on some rotation near the Calhoun Bluffs.
Calhoun Bluffs, okay. Thank you, Doug. And the thing is that sometimes when you're trying to pick out the location of rotation, it's hard to really to tell how far away something is when you're watching it. And for example, earlier we saw that tornado in Westmoreland from 25 miles away with the cameras. So, a lot of times the storm spotters give you an idea of where they're seeing spin. It might be far away from where they're estimating. So from the west side of town, now the camera is just totally covered in rain, so we can't see it very well there. We can still see it from the Cyrus Hotel in downtown Topeka right now. So that's the view that we have. And is that an update on the tornado warning?
That's
an expiration for a different severe
that
storm
might be
warning.
out of our
Okay.
viewing area because
All
I
right.
don't have anything coming in for. Oh, that's the expiration at Jackson County.
Okay. So all the tornado warnings are gone except for the one that's in the north part of Shawnee County and southeast Jackson and the western part of Jefferson County. This is the tornado warning that's in place right now. I'm going to bring up another camera here. Okay. All right, so that's the warning. We have it till 6:45 for Shawnee County. We don't have a confirmation of this thing touching down. If there's a tornado in here, it's heading toward areas like Meriden. That's where it's going if there's a tornado that's actually in this right now. So that's where the tornado would be. All right, I'm going to try to access the NOTO weather camera here.
And of course, if by chance there's a new downstream warning, Owazaki, Oskaloosa, Perry could be in the new tornado warning, so just be aware of that if they do continue it. And so the current tornado warning does expire at 6:45, so should have a new update on this tornado warning here shortly, as we haven't had an update on it since it was issued.
All right, thank you, Doug. So I'm going to turn the NOTO camera around here is what I'm doing and see if I can get it from that angle. I think I have a little better look at it here now. So this is a look from NOTO, looking to the north-northeast. And this is just north of Redbud Park. And so you can see the updraft there just north of town. And again, it's just kind of the same thing. I'm not seeing a well-defined funnel cloud or anything from the shots we're seeing. So, all right. So if you're watching us,
All right, we got a new update for this warning that came out.
Go ahead.
So we got storm producing capable of producing a tornado located 6 miles south of Hoyt, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So northeastern Topeka, Meriden, Hoyt, and Grantville are the cities in this warning.
you said southeast of Hoyt.
6 miles south of Hoyt.
Is it
moving
that's the
east
same
at
location
25.
they gave earlier? Okay, that's the same location we had earlier on it. So, there's just a couple of different areas of rotation in this. They're kind of it's just rotating right there close to Highway 75, kind of the same area where there's several areas that are just suspicious in this. It's not been just one single rotation. There's been a couple of areas of rotation in this that are kind of going to that same area. Is what I'm seeing. So, but consistently, it's the same area. It's not moving to areas like the Forbes Field or Lake Shawnee. It's not moving to the southern parts of town. It's staying right there north of Highway 24 in the north central part of Shawnee County, and then working its way over toward Meriden. If you're in Meriden, you should be taking shelter right now. What I see there is the velocities are showing higher values than they did earlier. This may be tightening up right there. There's a minus 57 right by a plus 1. So, that's not going to be a big tornado necessarily, but any tornado is certainly dangerous. So in Meriden, I see enough rotation there. It's more significant than it was a few minutes ago. So you can see the kind of brighter green color showing up now, almost a white, whereas there was nothing quite that bright showing up earlier. So that may be where it's actually tightening up a little bit. So on the reflectivity, this shows where the tornado warning is located. And Doug mentioned they just updated this a few moments ago, saying that the rotation was just south of Hoyt, about 6 miles. So that's going to stay mainly out of Topeka for the bulk of this. But Meriden should be taking shelter right now. If you are there in the northeast part of Shawnee County, 62nd Street, we're up around Seaman High School. You should be taking shelter in that area right now over to Meriden. So if you're in the northeast part of Topeka, there's Rochester and Mother Teresa of Calcutta, you should be taking shelter in that area. Right now, you're very close to this rotation. So again, this touched down earlier in Westmoreland and did a lot of damage. Right now, it's right there over that part of the north edge of Topeka. Rochester Road and Seaman High School is up there as well. So we're getting up to the Meriden. Not far away from you too. So really that's the most dangerous part of this is going to be from Highway 75 to Meriden. You should be taking shelter for sure. If you're in the tornado warning, take shelter anyway, but I'm telling you the most dangerous part of it is up there well north of Highway 24 now, getting closer to Meriden and Seaman High School. That's the most dangerous part of this. All right, the Weather Service says these storms are merging. Okay, they do say it's strengthening again. All right, that's what I saw here. So near Seaman High School, that's where you should be taking shelter right now. That's the most dangerous part of the storm that I see right now is right there near Seaman High School and close to Mother Teresa of Calcutta. That area is where you are where you're closest to this storm. So if we were to see a tornado touchdown, we're looking at there's Meriden Road, Northwest Rochester Road, Topeka Boulevard. There's Highway 75 on the left there. But the strongest area of rotation is really this right here. Just to the just right north of Highway 35th, and right on Rochester Road really is where this is at. 62nd, Northeast 62nd, Topeka Boulevard, Northwest Rochester Road. This is getting close to the North Topeka Pool. Is a popular place, of course, but that's where this is at. That's where the rotation on this becoming the most dominant is going to be this right here. So if we have a tornado with this, it's that.